do you ever find that you have an apple tree that's got masses of tiny apples on? For example, this size here, really, really tiny, and you look at it and your heart sinks because you know that it's a really good thing and they're delicious, but you can't quite be bothered to process them all. They all come at once, inevitably, and if they're early apples in the UK, they don't keep. Well, this variety is Beauty of Bath, and that fulfills every one of those criteria. In fact, I quite regretted having planted this tree because we never ate them, they just fell on the ground. Now, we really love apple puree, or apple sauce if you're in America. Delicious pudding. You can also use it as part of baking. You can add it to yogurt. Can't think of anything else you can do with it, but it's a good stuff and it freezes well. And in order to make apple puree normally, I would laboriously peel every apple, core it, slice it, put it on the stove and sort it out from there. But I felt completely overwhelmed and I just wondered if it would work to do the apples in the oven. And it turns out that it does. So no peeling, no coring, not even any washing, because I'm quite a fan of all the wild yeasts and all the bits you get on the outside. So you take a roasting tin, biggest you've got, pour in your apples. I did them slightly deeper than one layer thick, just about like that. Now you can see some of them have even still got leaves on. I'm going to take it off because I'm right here, but you don't need to. It gets caught in the mouli later. Now you can put it in straight like that, or you can put a layer of tin foil on the top. And I'm also going to put a tiny, tiny bit of water just to stop them sticking to the bottom of the tray. There, not even half a cupful. Take your foil, put it on top, and you can use this several times. If, like me, you've got buckets and buckets full of apples to process. Set your oven to about 180 and pop them in, and then leave it for about an hour, something like that. I've put it in, gone and taken the dogs out for a walk, come back and it's done. So it suits me really, really well. We'll see them later. And I'm going to get the one that I made earlier out of the oven now. And there we are. All mushy. Doesn't look delicious, but it will be. So once you've let those cool so you can handle them, you take your mouli and pop it together. And it's on quite a fine mesh, if you can see that on the bottom. That's ready to go. Place it over the bowl. Make sure your bowl fits underneath your mouli. It's no good if it's too big or too small. And then just put the mush into the mouli. And this has got cores, skin, everything in there. And off you go. See the pips are getting stuck in there. Perfect. Okay, so underneath you've got this brilliant smooth apple puree, and I haven't had to peel or core or get out any bad bits. It's all gone in. Enjoy it. When you're done, you're going to be left with some sort of corey debris in the top of your mouli, and you want to scrape off the bottom, and then this bit that's left, put in your compost, easy peasy, Now you're going to end up with quite a lot of that stuff, and it's really great, but as you can see it's really stodgy and no oxygen can get in there. So if you put that on your compost heap just like that, it's probably going to go a bit slimy and anaerobic. So I've got some, this is called Bed Soft, it's animal bedding made up from chipped oilseed rape stalks, and I'm just going to add that into my compost every time I do an empty moolie like that. And then that way you're going to make beautiful compost, you've had your apples off the tree, you've completed the circle, and in a few years' time you can feed that compost back to the same tree. Wonderful.